welcome you. Whoever you are, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. One more time and maybe glance around. Whoever you are, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you.
Good morning. Lovely to see you all here, as it always is. And what we just sang is very true. We are that kind of welcoming community, and we are genuinely glad you have chosen to be here in person and virtually. So hello, everyone watching at home. My name is Julie Marquis, and I have been attending services here for about a year and a half. And this August marks almost 3 years, will mark 3 years since I moved up here. And in that time, I've discovered two absolutes. And though discovery is ongoing, but the first absolute is I have developed a rather severe addiction to Tim Hortons iced coffee. And the second absolute is that this space and all of the lovely people in it who have become friends and just people I can count on has been just a lifeline for me. So thank you all here and at home for that. It's been greatly appreciated. For those gathered in the chapel, I urge you to actually turn off your phone completely to free up the web bandwidth for those watching at home. The Wi-Fi can be wobbly, and we want our online community to have as full an experience as possible. If you need a little extra hearing support, we have assisted hearing devices at the usher's station at the back of the chapel. Feel free to borrow one for the service. Now, today's service will be a bit unusual. Yes, we'll still light the chalice and the labyrinth and all of the rituals we so love, but there will be no sermon except for what we create together. This morning is a time for curiosity and clarification, as those of you here in attendance in person and in the live stream have the opportunity to ask questions. If you're in the live stream, simply type your questions into the chat where Les will moderate and share them aloud. Those of us in the chapel will write questions on the slips of paper that are in your order of service, you may have noticed. And they're provided for that purpose. Questions will be collected after we sing the children to their activities. And I will act as moderator, so look out. I might combine similar questions, or if a question feels outside the bounds of the purposes today, I will hold it back. If you need something to write with, raise your hand, and one of our volunteers will help you. Excellent. We will get you those pencils, don't worry. It will be helpful if you could print where it can be read. My father, who was a lovely, wonderful man, had the handwriting, to quote Clary from Steel Magnolias, the handwriting of a serial killer. So the more legible you can write, it will be appreciated. If you don't have a question, don't make one up, don't worry about it. Perhaps you can offer your paper to someone who might be trying to fit more than one question onto the single slip of paper. And I'm letting you know all this so you will have time to consider your questions. However, you can still participate in the service.
All righty. Our gathering music today might be new to you, and so we're going to learn it together. And to help that, I have a few copies that if you read music and are willing to help, I would be, you got voted in to help. Doesn't mean you have to stand up and do anything. It just means that you're being another voice in the crowd that can read music. Read music? Read music? Excellent. You're going to sing a solo. Of course, that's what we're doing. Surprise! Kidding. All righty. So those of you who are following the music, it's only 2 repetitions in the top thingy. That's a musical term, by the way. Thingy. Okay. So Gregory's going to play it through, and then if you're feeling all the courage, join with me on the second time through. And if you're not feeling all the courage, wait till the third time through, and then we're going to graduate to different words. But it's only 1 word per repetition, so it's okay. You'll be fine. I will guide you through this. All righty, Gregory. So listen. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go, and then that repeats. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go, and that changes. And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine, my divine. Here we go. And where I go, you will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine, my divine. We're ready for different words. Where you go, I will go, refugee. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, refugee. Where you go, I will go. And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine, my divine. Awesome. Thank you.
We move from a time of welcoming into centering as we employ the elements of water and fire to create the sacred space where we can be fully present. We begin with an acknowledgement that our church is built on holy ground, land that was nurtured and cultivated by those who occupied it before us. We offer this libation as our giveaway as we honor the struggle of all people seeking justice and peace. We seek the courage and wisdom to heal the wounds of the past and build a better future story together with all our neighbors and fellow creatures. It is our custom when we gather to light a chalice. The chalice is a cup or vessel that reflects the gathered community and is the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. Please join me in our chalice lighting words. We gather this hour as people of faith, with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life we share together.
Our opening words this morning come from the man who is considered India's greatest poet and playwright, even though he lived and died in the time of the Gupta Empire, which is between the 3rd and the 6th centuries of the Common Era. His words ring with optimism and energy, and you can find this particular poem at the beginning of the reading section in the Gray Hymnal, but don't go looking for it now. It's entitled, Look to This Day. Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the verities and realities of your existence, the bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of beauty. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day. Each week, we bring our whole selves into this time made sacred by our presence together. We bring our joys, our concerns, and sorrows, trusting that this community will hold them. As the music plays, I invite you to come forward and place a stone or a shell on the table labyrinth in recognition of all that you bring and all that you are. And I will note that there is a second itty-bitty labyrinth back by the Joys and Concerns candle table. And so if you are a little camera shy or just want to use an itty-bitty labyrinth, you are welcome to use either labyrinth, the one back by the candles or this one up here. So as music plays, go where you go. I place a final stone in recognition of those who are joining us online. Know that you are held in this community as well. Let's share a few breaths as we expand our circle. And we include those who may not be present, but whose presence we feel. We bring into our circle of love and concern those who are ill, those who are in pain, either in body or spirit, those who may be feeling overwhelmed or lost, those who have been wronged. As we gather today, we remember the life and witness of Dr. George Tiller, a medical doctor who specialized in providing abortions after the first trimester. He devoted his life to extending and providing compassionate care to patients seeking help from him in a world that too often makes judgments about bodily autonomy. The anniversary of his death is this week on the 29th, and we lift up his light. We also open our hearts and remember all of those who have served our country and who are now ancestors. Whether their lives were cut short in active duty, in the complicated sorrow upon returning home, or having lived a full life, we remember them. May we remember that we are called to serve and to heal. May it be so. Amen. Our musical meditation can be found in the gray hymnal. It's number 83. It's also will be on the screens. And you can remain seated as we sing, because this is truly just a meditation. Wonderbox time, in case there are any children who would like, and adults. This is a time for all ages. So if you need to be closer, I invite you to do so. The Wonderbox is always such a mystery. All right. Howdy. I'm glad to see you. Okay. Now I often shake the box to figure out what's inside. Listen really carefully, Quinn, and tell me if you hear anything. You hear a little bit. Me too. Do you want to open it? Okay. And I love your hat, by the way.
It's a bucket hat.
It is a bucket hat. It's awesome. What is that? I don't even know. What is this? Do you know? It's a question mark. So when you see that, when you're reading, you know to make your voice go up. All right, this is as interesting as it gets, Quinn, so you might as well sit down. Okay, so we have, there we go, a big question mark. So I like to start questions with, do you, rather than what is. So if you ask me, what is your favorite color? It assumes I have one. Now, if you look at what I'm usually wearing, you might think my favorite color is black. Even though black is not part of the rainbow, it is a color. I remember when I was little, they told me it wasn't a color, it was a combination of colors, but it's graduated to being a color. How exciting is that? So I like black a lot, but it's not my favorite. So I'm going to tell you that it is okay to have lots of favorites. You don't have to choose one favorite and then keep it. Your favorite color is red. I'm going to wonder, I wonder if that's your favorite color today, because tomorrow you might see the perfect green. And then you'd be like, oh, now what do I do? My favorite color is red, but I really like this green. You can switch. You can have more than one at a time. This is for all y'all, okay? I know you've been pondering this. So if you wrote that on one of the slips of paper, can I have more than one favorite color? The answer is yes. Okay, there we go. So I invite you to use do you when you want to ask a question. Do you like popcorn? Yes. I'm not even going to ask who doesn't like popcorn because I would have to give you the look. So I'm not going to even ask that. So Unitarian Universalists are people who really, really like questions. And answers are not always needed. We can just keep asking. That's kind of cool. That kind of makes us unique because we think to question is an answer. And now, with that mystery in your head, we're going to sing you to your activities.
Okay, now is the time to collect your questions. Baskets will be passed, and you can, if you would fold your paper once, origami is lovely, but just need to fold it once, that's all. And place it in the basket. It's okay if you don't have a question. No need to put blank papers in, but baskets will be going around and go as you will, and we'll take it from there. And don't forget, if you need a pencil, we have those cute little golf pencils, I guess they're called. And we have more question sheets, too. Excellent. Ooh, we're going to be busy. I like it. All righty. So I have, while this is happening, I have what I'm calling the real time for all ages.
The other one was equally real, but this one's for all y'all. So this short story, observation, is from Robert Fulghum's What on Earth Have I Done? And you might know Robert Fulghum because of his book, Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten, which is, filled with wisdom, like wash your hands. There you go. I don't remember all the rest. I remember that one. Okay. And take a nap. I should remember that one. That is such a good one. All righty. And we may need to, okay, we're just into one box. Oh, my heavens. All right, so coffee hour has been canceled. I know better than that. All righty, so this is entitled Mother Questions. My house in Seattle is across the street from an elementary school. A high fence blocks my view, but I'm close enough to overhear conversations. One morning, I was out in my yard at the hour when children were being delivered to school. I heard a car door opened and then slammed shut. Another door was opened, and a woman's voice came blasting over the fence. "Billy, what on earth have you done?" Wailed Billy in the back seat. What on earth had Billy done? Maybe spilled a whole bottle of apple juice, or opened his lunch bucket and spread the contents around looking for the cookies. Or worse, he had quietly vomited his breakfast all over himself and taken off most of his clothes, or picked a scab until the blood flowed, or used a plastic picnic fork to tattoo his name into the back of his mother's seat, or decorated the upholstery and himself with red magic marker his mother didn't know he possessed. Having played both starring roles in this small domestic comedy in my time, I can attest to the possibility that the kid had accomplished all of these moves during the short trip from home to school. My own mother asked me the same question, often, and I, in my turn, asked my own children, who no doubt, have followed the same line of inquiry with their kids. What on earth have you done? This is one of the great mother questions. The second great question mothers ask is a theological one. What in the name of God are you doing? Another mother question anticipates the future. And what will you think of next? My father rolled all of these questions into one, only the tone changed. What the hell? By the way, that's the only time we mention hell in Unitarian Universalist churches. Children know these questions have no reasonable answers. Any child who has half a brain will go mute or mumble, "Nothing, nothing," or resort to pity-invoking sobs that plead innocence, ignorance, and helplessness. "I don't know, I don't know." And the child is telling the truth. Most of the time, a kid doesn't think about what he's doing or why. This is the privilege of childhood. Now, at a distance from childhood and parenting, I begin to understand that these great mother questions are, in fact, profound. They are the great life questions, questions of accountability. Muttering under my breath after yet another screw-up, I echo both my mother and father, "What on earth have I done?" What the hell? When asked of one's self in a calmer spirit, this line of inquiry makes sense, provokes thought, and even puts my feet back on the right path. For example, well, just what on earth have I done? After all these years, what? I think it's useful to inquire of myself about the quality of my existence and my contribution to the commonweal. Never mind what I set out to do. What have I done? What's my record as a citizen of Earth? Likewise, what in the name of God am I doing? Queries my actions on behalf of all that I say I believe and hold sacred. And finally, the question with ongoing relevance, What will I think of next? Is a way of asking if my mind is a stagnant cesspool of worn-out notions, or if I am mentally active, still replacing archaic information with fresh and better ideas. Am I still thinking, still asking, still learning? So energized by my thinking, I hurried around the fence to enlighten the mother who had been whipsawing Billy in the back seat. The kid was gone. The mother was sitting in the car, weeping, and beating both hands on the steering wheel while muttering to herself. I remember those parental moments. And this was not the time for the unknown wise man to appear and explain to this vexed lady the deepest meaning of the mother questions. I didn't want to have to answer that other great mother question, who do you think you are? That's the big one, isn't it? A flourishing life depends on how you answer that. Who do I think I am? The incontestable truth is that we come and go in sealed solitude. You cannot ever know what other people really think of you. Even your mother did not tell you the truth all the time. And the world will tell you what it thinks you want to hear, not always what you need to know. What you think of you is what finally matters. When you look in the bathroom mirror in the morning, the court is open for business, and you are the jury and the judge on the case. Will the defendant please answer the mother questions? What on earth have you done? What in the name of God are you doing? What will you think of next? And if you know, you can say who you think you are. Okay. So, over the years, I have read Facebook posts from colleagues talking about how much fun they had on Question Box Sundays, how exhilarating it was to not know where the conversation would go. Why am I here? That's another mother question, isn't it? So I shuddered and vowed that I would never, ever, 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 ever invite that kind of chaos into a Sunday morning service. And here we are. So come on, Julie.
All righty then. You sure you're ready? All right.
I can sit down if
Yes.
I need to, right?
You can. Okay. Let's see. How to respond to Catholics or people of other religions, many close to you. How do you respond to the question, are you Christians?
And you had an opportunity to choose the order of these questions, right? This one could have been at 11:19, and we would be going, that's all, folks.
I trust you, Michelle. I have faith in you. I know you can do
That is
this.
so misplaced.
I guess this will be the last time I'm the associate, right?
Oh, are you used Christian? Well, usually what I say is, well, let's get comfortable and get a snack, because this is a long answer. But I'll give you the short version, because you know your relatives and friends who are asking this question aren't really interested in our history, which does include, I'm going to tell you a little bit, does include Christianity. Both Unitarianism and Universalism were early forms of Christianity, like in the 1st and 2nd and even into the 3rd century. Because there were Christianities all over the place. There wasn't a Bible yet. I mean, there were bits, but it hadn't been made into a canon, collection that everybody had to follow. And so Christianities, plural, popped up all over the place based on, I don't know, a scrap of a letter from Paul or a little bit of Matthew's gospel, or maybe a whole gospel, the Gospel of Mark. And so people were resonating with these various types of Christianity. So Unitarianism comes from Arius. I am not going to go into all that. And Universalism. And I like to talk about origin, but I won't. So they're both Christianities. Unitarian is easy to remember because it is about the Unitarian of God, meaning God is one, not three. It's saying no Trinity. It's not in the Bible. No, it's not there. And so the problem with that is that it doesn't put Jesus as equal with God. Many Unitarians believed that Jesus achieved divinity, but that he didn't start that way. He didn't come from the beginning of the beginnings. Universalists believed in universal salvation, that when Jesus said, "It is finished," that it was done. And so there'd be no hell, no reason to send people to hell because it was finished. God had been appeased. So Unitarian Universalism, which emerged over a long, long time, but like popped its head out in 1961 when we actually like signed papers and said, yes, we're together now, is intentionally pluralistic. So are there Christians in the room? Yeah. Are there pagans and Jews and Buddhists and agnostics and all the rest? Atheists, humanists of every stripe? Yes. Yes. I'm not going to...
Okay, then. We'll have, I'll ease into, I reshifted. So, do you think Pope Leo knows the existence of UU? Do you think Pope Leo knows the existence of UU?
Possibly. We're tiny. This is the bad news. But that means we have lots of room for growth. So that's the good news. So, yeah, I mean, I guess it's his job to know about all religions. But does he know us? I don't know.
Okay. And do you have a good grace or blessing for before meals? I'd like to offer it at a mixed family dinner.
So you can find it in the back of the hymnal, number 403, but don't do it now. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. It's all true. We give, we receive. Thanks. So.
Okay, how has UU philosophy changed since the beginning, or has it?
You already got that answer. Yes, yes, in very large letters. That was easy. So I will say, in 61, when the two faith families merged, many were influenced by the humanist, I will say, phenomenon. The Humanist Manifesto, 1930, I think it's 9, but it could be a lie. And so many of our, in particular, our small fellowship congregations were deeply humanist. And I've already forgotten the question, so go to the next one. That's the problem with this. I should have them written.
Okay, well, kind of a follow-up, I guess. What is the church's vision?
That's up to all y'all. That's an easy one. Yeah, we haven't done a vision statement lately. Our mission is to foster compassion and justice, to challenge ourselves and the community to foster more justice and compassion in the world, particularly our, all of it, really. But vision, that's such a cool question. And it truly is up to you. I'm not just like being timid. Because we believe in congregational polity. And what that means is that this entity, this particular place, is itself. We are in covenant with the larger association, but each congregation figures out what the vision and mission should be because of where we're located. And truly, it falls upon the congregation. I am not in charge. Oh, yes I am. I'm in charge of everything. I'm not in charge. Which is different from other faiths, right? In other faiths, the minister is in charge, and the board exists to funnel out what the minister says and then get it out to the congregation. We don't do that. It's absolutely upside down.
Okay. how do you decide which holidays and traditions will be part of the service, i.e. Christmas, the solstice, Passover, Eid?
I very carefully get out my magic 8-ball. No. Some of it has to do with lifting up other traditions and acknowledging that we are part of a larger whole. Part of it is who in the congregation might be in, have that particular religious stripe as part of the cool stripes we all wear. I mean, Christmas and Easter are given. Whether or not we personally may believe in a baby in a manger and a resurrected human. Because culturally, there are expectations around those, right? I mean, it's hard enough to like change the time so that we're not going out in the softly falling snow, please send snow, you know, with candles lit and little hallelujahs in the background. I mean, because that's beautiful. And, you know, we do some of it. Because we do have folks in any given UU congregation who do cherish those moments in the calendar, the theology that is rooted in that. Yeah. I don't have any more to say.
Sure. Okay, sorry. How can we actively share our faith and values with others, telling them about UU Amherst without pressuring them and yet opening the possibility to enlarge our congregation?
How many of you have friends? That's the end of that sentence. How many of you have friends? Okay, so that's a good place to start. They already like you. They already trust you, right? And so just invite them to come. Say, I have found something really cool. And part of the coolest thing is that nobody is going to make me leave my brain at the door and go into a first century understanding of the universe as a 3-tiered pancake. I get to bring my whole self. I get to bring a brain. So that's for some of you who are talking to people who might be more brain-inspired. Then, if you're talking to people who are more community-inspired, just tell the truth about, we have people who legit care about each other, want to have deep conversations. We have really good coffee snacks. Yeah, just be real, right? We don't have a story. So I was not raised as a UU. So I was that offensive UU preteen and teen, dropping tracts about going to hell in people's lockers. I'm still doing some penance for that. So are any of you who are sitting in the hard benches, by the way. Ow, does your back hurt? So I get the whole, we don't want to proselytize. But you can invite. If this place means something to you, if these human beings and the magic that happens in here, the warmth, the community, why would you not invite someone to come? And they can always say no, and then you just wait a week and invite them again, you know. So, yeah, but do invite. If all of us who have at least 3 friends would invite them. I'm keeping the bar, I have 2, but I'm looking for another. So I'm keeping it to 3. Really, people would be seated in the Emerson room because this would be so full. And so imagine if all the UUs all over the planet did the same thing. Yeah, I'm preaching, aren't I? It's a danger.
Okay, this is a good one.
Okay.
It's a big one.
Okay.
Potentially. Deep breaths. Depends on how you look at it, but I do anyway. What is a good death?
Oh, that is so good. That is such a good question. What is a good death? So Phil says, the best is dying in your sleep. So a good death, just that phrase, right? Blessings. A good death, I think for many in our tradition who tend toward at least somewhere on the humanism scale, right? Whether or not you are like, I am only a humanist. I want to work toward humanity's well-being. Poof, you're a humanist. So I think any of us who are somewhere on that scale would like to sort of be in charge, right? To have a say, to have thought about it ahead of time, so that when death comes knocking, it's not a surprise. It's like, okay, there is a span of human life that fits in the universe. And so I think acceptance of that we are not immortal, and that we need not fear death. Everything in nature tells us there's nothing to fear. And whether or not you believe you return as in another life cycle as a human or something other, or you're just part of the natural world, that's okay, right? I might feel differently about this in 25 years, but for now, that is my answer.
Okay, and as moderator, I do have a time limit, and I see by the clock on the wall that it is 11:20. There are more questions.
We'll just talk really fast during the announcements, so
okay.
Because this is fun.
See?
I know. I'm really sad about that, but it's fun after all these years.
Okay. How does a parent or guardian help their offspring or younger people quickly explain the UU faith in these times? And younger also includes young adults.
Yeah, so as you've heard from me, don't go back to the beginnings of the earliest forms of Christianity, because that's not going to be the answer. So what we teach our littles, which I think is appropriate for all of us, is to remember that we are people with open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands. So what do you believe? Well, we believe in open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands. No. Like, do you believe in a blah, blah, blah? We believe that it's important to keep your mind and heart open and loving and help people. I mean, you can just, because all the rest is like window dressing. It can be really important window dressing, but if you had to pull it down to the essentials, the things that we could probably all agree on in a room where we might hold many different theologies, that's the bedrock. And then we layer it with other yummy stuff.
Okay, more?
Una más.
Okay. Well, you're going to get me for this one again, I think. How do we know what is true?
Because your minister says it. You know it's true okay. Because your minister said so.
That was easy.
True. Oh goodness. Yeah, I'm not. I don't have an answer for that.
Oh, I do.
All right, Diane.
I feel compelled to share that if Donald Trump doesn't believe in it, it must be true.
So, for the online community who couldn't hear that, the answer to what is true is if a certain executive in an office that is not square believes it, it must be true. No, if he doesn't believe it, I've already messed it up. If he doesn't believe it, it's got to be true. Okay. Oh, all right, that's all I can do.
Okay, excellent. Y'all asked really good questions, and there's still more in here, and I'm really sorry if, we didn't have time to get to them all, but
So maybe I'll
Maybe-
make it a column in the weekly update where it's like, here are some of your questions.
That's good. Yes.
Now I've just committed myself to another thing to do.
It will make people read the updates.
It will.
There you
It
go.
will. Am I supposed to say things now?
No.
Oh, yeah, we're going to sing again.
Okay. It helps when you're looking at the correct spot on the page to see where things are going next.
So this song is going to be ridiculously familiar because we sang it at the beginning. And, no, we're going to sing first, right?
Yes.
And then it's the
Kind
offering.
of our song and response
Yes.
right there.
Relax, offering people, because we're going to sing first. Okay, so we know this song, right? So all we need is for Gregory to play us a little bit. Feel like standing up? I feel like you should stand up. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine line. Where you go, I will go, refugee. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, refugee. Where you go, I will go. And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine. Where you go, I will go, children. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, children. Where you go, I will go. And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine. Where you go, I will go, ancestors. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, ancestors. Where you go, I will go. And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine. Last time. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. Where you go, I will go, beloved. Where you go, I will go. And your people are my people. Your people are mine. Your people are my people. Your divine. You may be seated.
Making time for an offering of gifts and pledges is an act of faith. Our generosity connects us to one another in relationships of interdependence and mutuality. Because we know that we pick fruit from trees we did not plant. We drink water from wells we did not dig. This is as it should be, as long as we dig and plant for those who will come after us. The offering will now be gratefully received. We began our service with the lighting of a chalice, and now we extinguish the chalice, not to quench the flame, but to return it to individual hearts, strengthened by this time together, so that we can share our light in the world. Please join your voices with mine. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. As our service draws to a close, our service to the world is ready to begin. You'll find many opportunities for growth and service in your order of service and on our website. All are invited to stay for coffee and conversation in the Emerson Room, just through those double doors at the back of the chapel and in the lobby. Parents, don't forget to retrieve your children from Faith Development. Anyone's left behind who are delayed in being picked up will get a cup of coffee and a free puppy. So just keep that in mind. There is a family-friendly zone at the window end of the Emerson Room. Registration is now open for Summer Institute, Imagine a Week Away, all your food cooked for you, meaningful worship, and an amazing UU theme speaker. Morning workshops to feed your soul as well as your brain. Intergenerational fun, music, drumming, relaxing, and so much more. Sounds great. If all of this sounds good to you, circle July 6th through 12th on your calendar and see Reverend Michelle, Kim Diana, or Linda Joy to learn more about this wonderful experience. Registration closes this week.
Early registration closes. Oh, early.
Oh, okay. Early registration. So you'll still have time. Next Sunday, you have some choices for how to spend your morning. John Snodgrass will be our guest speaker, and his sermons are always thoughtful and thought-provoking. That's 10:30 here at the UU. And there is also a group forming to take part in the Buffalo Pride Parade, as our presence will be known there this year, and that means skipping church. For more information on the Buffalo Pride Parade and joining the groups attending, please talk to our Director of Faith Development, Katie. The June newsletter is available on the website, and if you are on our mailing list, you have received a digital copy. If you are new and not yet in the digital loop, or you simply don't do digital, there are a few printed copies on the information table in the lobby. And now please rise in body or spirit as we sing our closing blessing. And please, as you all know, but it's so important, do not forget to twinkle on the third verse and remain standing afterward for the benediction.
Benediction comes from the late John O'Donohue. May you listen to your longing to be free. May the frames of your belonging be generous enough for your dreams. May you arise each day with a voice of blessing whispering in your heart. Go in peace, make a difference.